What's going on? How you? I'm alright. It's your boy Michael the Librarian, and I'm here with another episode of Memoirs of the Metaphysical. Today we just going to talk about the year 2026. We about 45, 50 days in, and it's already started off with a bang. You know, we've had Trump running down on Venezuela. We've had the Epstein files. ICE here in America. The pace in which information and disclosure is being presented to the general public about UFOs is in extraterrestrial presence is at an all-time high. This is a pivotal moment in the history of mankind. You know, we're in the middle of a stellar activation cycle where depending on the choices that you make decides what timeline split you gonna be on. And not only that, it's the ending of a lot of cycles, of a few cycles actually, including the activation cycle. So when these cycles get to coming to an end, a lot of shit starts getting exposed. And it's these exposures that allow you to then make a decision on where you want to be, where you want to go. What general consensus of mass reality do you want to partake in? What reality are you going to agree to be a part of? So with that being said, this is just the proverbial tip of the iceberg type situation, because a lot of shit is still going to come out. Still a lot of conversations that need to be had. A lot of things that need to be put on the table. Then after that, it's up to you to decide. But with that being said, 2026 is the year that those decisions need to be made. For real. Because listen here, my nigga. If you are not the one consciously making these decisions, life is going to make them for you. And, you know, depending on your energy and your mindset and your state of mind and your frequency of vibration is going to dictate how the perceived chaos is going to affect you. Because, like, I'll give you an example. Okay, so people have this thing with the mass surveillance. Cameras everywhere. Everywhere you go out in public, there's a fucking camera on the fucking poles. In the store, fucking Walmart uses face recognition software on everybody who walks in their fucking store. If you ever notice it and look up at the fucking screen, it'll put a fucking red box around your face. That's facial recognition software. The Ring cameras is able to connect with each other and make a web of surveillance and talk to each other and things of that nature, And some people look at that as, well, yeah, I smoke my shit to the end, my nigga. Like, ain't no fucking roaches over here, nigga. For real. these shits is getting smoked to they fucking stinkers, know what I'm talking about? But, yeah, so with the surveillance shit, so some niggas will look at that like, deep state, police always fucking watching us, government, eye in the sky type shit, you know what I'm saying? But then another way to look at it, and it's the way that I lean towards, to give it a more uh, positive perspective is, instead of them Instead of believing that I'm always being watched, how about if people know that they are possibly being watched, maybe that'll reduce crime. Maybe people will think before they do some dumb shit, before they quick to murder somebody or rob somebody or steal from somebody or assault somebody in any way, type, form, fashion. Maybe niggas will start acting like they got some motherfucking sense. So it's like, having these different perspectives and viewing things in different type of ways is drastically going to have an effect on you and what timeline you going to be on. For real. There's a lot going on right now. And it's definitely time to be more conscious and aware of the choices and the decisions that you are making. To understand that you are creating your reality. Like I said, it's only February. We ain't even get to March yet. We only 1/6 of the way through through the year. You know what I'm talking about? For real, like it's about to get real interesting. Believe that. Real, real fucking interesting, man. So it's like, instead of falling for the okie doke, you know, and allowing this shit to affect you in a perceived negative way. Man, fucking pay attention to what's going on out here. Pay attention to yourself. Now is definitely more of a time where niggas really need to fall back and truly understand what program they running on. Making sure that the decisions that they making are truly in line with who they are individually as a person. Seriously, because if not, it's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're following what's right for you, not what the next motherfucker got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be challenging. You know, if you keep allowing yourself to live off of somebody else's software, for real, because it's about to get interesting over the next. It's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're following what's right for you, not what the next motherfucker got to say. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be challenging. You know, if you keep allowing yourself to live off of somebody else's software, for real, because it's about to get interesting over the next. It's going to get interesting over the next 15, 20 years, for sure it is. It's about to get real fucking interesting, yo. And this year is a major year. A major year. So get in alignment with who you are. Find your peoples, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't gotta be blood either. You know, because it's really the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. You know, and that's cause you know, there was a time period where when a motherfucker would seal the contract in blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how they sealed the. So the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which means that, listen here, the niggas who you meant to be with might not necessarily be the niggas who you was born with, who you was raised with. That's all. You know what I'm saying? But that's a conversation for another day. The main point of the matter is you getting in where you fit in. That's true to you. That's all I'm saying. So in my journey of self, you know, I remember myself and who I am and why I came. You know, I used different type of systems, astrology, numerology, a couple other joints, and I took some key things from each, system that I saw a relevance and a correlation between them, and helping the individual get aligned with who they are. And so the link is going to be in the description. If you want to get a reading, to help you guide you, to help you get where you need to be. And also, it's going to be a link in the description for the school community. Tons of resources, some hard to find, hard to get out of print. And yeah, but just remember, like, this is a pivotal year. And niggas gotta stay focused for real. Or they're gonna get caught up in a fucking tsunami. I ain't even. I can't even stress the importance of this year, yo. This is a strong year right here. Stay in pursuit of the end of anything that keeps you from being your authentic self. To the next episode.